You see, this is exactly where I get really, really, really excited, okay? The next week, we are having a very, very significant numbers, okay, that are literally going to be life-changing for every single one of us. I'm saying life-changing for every single one of us. I'm not even talking about our individual cases. I'm not talking about our individual lives. I'm not talking about our individual horoscopes. I'm not talking about our individual tarot. I'm not talking about our individual spiritual journeys. I'm talking as something very important is going to happen when it comes to our spirituality and when it comes to the actual global scale. Okay? We had so many spiritual awakenings so far, but trust me, it happens like it's 1 week and then it's just a little bit of a cool down period and then it happens again. But this is just so important. It's a lot to do with this current stage. It's a lot to do with the world. It's a lot to do exactly with what's happening. It's a lot to do with the confusion. It's a lot to do with the certain lies. Okay? It's a lot to do with a certain truth. Okay, and it's a lot to do with a big, massive, huge realization that we are going to have, that it's actually going to be literally life-changing for all of us, because there is going to be the massive realization that people are going to realize on a global scale. Okay, so that's why I cannot stress how important this is going to be, because this is going to be the time of rebirth for many, many, many people out there. Some people have realized certain things that was just like part of their like a consciousness and things like that, and part of their own particular spiritual journey that they were meant to realize slightly earlier. But some people are going to realize something really massive and something really important on this particular week. And why is it going to happen on this particular week? Because we are starting on the 1st of April and we finish on the 7th of April. Number one, it's the whole new beginning, but every single one of us is going to be connected to this, and it is going to be good, and it is going to be very significant, and it is going to be very inspirational, because it is going to be kind of like the way out of the situation where people just kind of like lost the balance completely around, which was on another hand just caused so much negativity that lots of people kind of were felt a little bit down, felt negative, felt a little bit depressed, felt a little bit like a, like a negative, just because like people didn't even realize subconsciously that this was just taking so much out of them, and it's just like it's basically caused by the big, huge confusion that's going all around the world. And now this is why I'm saying that the vibrations are about to change this week, and this is all about these particular vibrations that are going to bring a massive, huge realization. And I will tell you that that realization is going to be really good, and it's going to help us for every single one of us to have our own huge, massive rebirth. This is the time of awakening. This is the time of a spiritual awakening on a global scale, and it's also about the time to realize something very, 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 very important that it's about to happen this week. So we're going to have something very significant that it's actually going to happen this week, and it's going to affect everybody on a global scale, and that is going to be the moment, that is going to be the time when we're all going to realize something really significant about something, about someone, that we're all going to, it's all going to make sense, it's all going to make sense, and suddenly we will know which direction to go, we will know which path to choose, we will know which path to follow. Some people know which path to choose and which path to follow, but there are lots of people that are going to kind of choose this path and follow this particular path because it is just going to be about the realization. Somebody is just going to show their face, but not in a bad way, but in a good way. But that the way this person is going to show their face is going to be in a good way, because lots of people saw this person and experienced this person in a bad way. But this is all going to be positive, this is all going to be good, and this is all meant to be just like that. And that's why it's going to be the part of the massive global spiritual awakening, because it needs to happen like this. It needs to happen in this way in order for people to realize something very powerful and something very significant about this particular person. And now this is going to be the new beginning, this is going to be the new stage, this is going to be the new dimension, and this is going to be the new start for many, 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 many people, because after that moment onwards a lot is going to change, and this is all going to come with a clear focus, with a sharpness, okay? and with all these things that are going to be happening throughout this week on a global scale, this is the outcome is going to be good, the outcome is going to be positive, and people are positive. Indeed, this is what I'm trying to say, that the outcome is going to be positive, and at the end of the day, people are going to get together, people are going to kind of have lots of positivities, people are going to raise their vibrations, and people are going to finally see the truth. People are going to realize and finally see the truth, open their eyes, open their third psychic eyes, are going to be like, we're all going to have a very strongly open third psychic eyes throughout this week. This week in itself is going to feel a little bit strange. This week in itself is going to be a little bit, it's going to feel a little bit different. This week in itself is just going to feel like a little bit bizarre. We are going to feel happy on one hand, but on another hand, we are going to feel this different dimension. And then on another hand, we're just going to try to absorb all the things that are happening around us. Basically, the bottom line is there's one particular person, one person that is going to be singled out. That particular person that is going to be singled out is going to be singled out in a good way, because it's just going to stem from the fact that they've dealt with something and they've dealt in the best possible way, and this is going to be the outcome. And the outcome is going to be very much so connected to every single one of us. You. Everybody who is living in this world, everybody who's sharing this world is going to be the part of it. And that's why I'm saying this is powerful, this is strong, this is huge, this is all part of the massive, huge, massive spiritual awakening on a global scale. Okay, shall I start this reading then? Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 1st until the 7th of April 2019. Now I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries. Now Aries, you need to be a little bit careful this week, because somebody's going to try to trick you into something. There's a little person that is not going to be too honest around you, and I don't like this person at all, because this is somebody who's using people, somebody who's not really nice, and somebody who's having like a really low vibration about them, and somebody who's doing something for living and it's to do with some kind of messages. I just need you to be a little bit careful this week. Try to keep things to yourself. You know, I mentioned this before, like if it's something to do with your security, or if it's to do with like your maybe financial situation, or things that concern only you, just try to kind of stick them, try to kind of like don't talk about them, just kind of talk to all maybe like the best friends or like the family members and things like that. And this is the best way to kind of protect yourself. And on the other hand, I wouldn't actually like do or try to buy something huge or massive this week. Please try to wait. 8th is going to be absolutely fine, but in between the 1st and in between the 7th, try to stay away from buying something really big, paying lots of money for something, or doing something really huge and things like that. This is absolutely perfect time, perfect week for thinking, perfect week for realization, a perfect week for readjustment, but it's most certainly not a perfect week to do something really big, or to buy something really big, or to have a really massive negotiations, because you wouldn't just get like as much as you would normally get, and it wouldn't be as happy or as good for you as normally it would be. So that's why I'm just saying, like, to be a little bit careful. On another hand, you are going to have your little hermit moment as well. This week you are going to have your hermit moment, and it's going to happen on the 4th of July. The 4th of July. Where did I get the 4th of July? No, you're going to have your moment, which is going to happen on the 4th, because it's from the 1st until the 7th, so that's why I got July. But first of all, it's going to happen on the 4th of April. On the 4th of April, that's what I meant. 4th of April is going to be your important hermit moment. Hermit moment, an important hermit moment. What does that mean? On the 4th of April, it's going to be an important hermit moment. Well, it means that on that particular day, you can ask anything you want the universe. You can just like withdraw. You can have your little withdrawing moment. You can like go away to the bedroom somewhere. You can go outside in the nature. It depends. Where you feel comfortable, where you feel relaxed, where you feel okay. And once you feel like comfortable, just ask a certain question the universe, and the universe is going to respond to you, and it's going to be life-changing indeed, because it's going to be something that is just going to become very huge, very powerful, little information, little realization, something very powerful, something, a new stage of your life is going to be revealed. And that new stage of your life that is going to be revealed, it's also going to be one of the biggest passions so far, and that's why I think that is absolutely brilliant. What else I was going to say, there is a swift change that you're going to have. I'm glad when it comes to this, because this is a lot to do with your success, this is a lot to do with your financial situation, but this is also to do with a certain finances and the financial part of your life that hasn't been moving as quick as you wanted to, because this was the part of your life, this was the stage of your journey that you wanted to change a little bit, because in order for you to do something really important when it comes to your future, now this is the part that is actually going to start making sense here. Now we are getting to the July 2019. July 2019, it's going to be a second part of this particular week, and it is not about you necessarily doing things this week, as I said, but it's all about thinking, it's all about connecting, it's all about reconnecting, and it's all about you making this very, very strong connection with the universe and having this illuminating moment that the July 2019 is going to be significant, and the second part and the second stage of whatever is going on now. Very, very important, because it is going to, at the end of the day, bring a really powerful contemplation. Couple of things that you're going to be wondering about, and both things that you're going to be wondering about are going to be absolutely fine, and they're going to be absolutely significant, because it's just going to be really positive for you, and both of them are going to be equally important. When it comes to the actual health, now the energy levels are really good, the energy levels are really brilliant, and I know that you're going to like that, and this is going to be something that is just going to make you feel really, really optimistic indeed. But on another hand, there is going to be a cold and flu symptoms that are going to be very strong, that I'm seeing, a negativity when it comes to cold and flu symptoms. So I would highly suggest you to get a nice combination of manuka honey and the propolis. Absolutely perfect if you could get this in some kind of a liquid form, manuka honey and propolis, and if you could have a little bit of tea tree oil as well in it, would be absolutely perfect. As I said, it would be fantastic to get this in a liquid form. It would be absolutely brilliant. But if you can't get this in a liquid form, or if you don't want to take this for whichever reason, then I highly suggest to get a strong dose of vitamin C, at around 1000 milligrams, and just take it every single morning for a while, and this is going to help you a lot when it comes to cold and flu symptoms. Vitamin C is ever more powerful than lots of people realize, and I keep on saying this, and that's why this is so important. And I would suggest you to take this the very first thing in the morning. Whatever you do, whether it's manuka honey and propolis, or whether it's a vitamin C, I would highly suggest to take this the very first thing in the morning. And also, if you are on any other medications, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, please check with your doctor or GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you if you can take this or not. Okay, if this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now I'm going to say what is going to happen with those of you that are in a relationship. Now, this is going to be a va-va-voom moment for relationships. Indeed, your partner is going to surprise you, because there is something going to start. Huge beginning. Huge beginning, huge moment, huge start. It is number one, most certainly, that is the beginning of this beautiful week that is going to be ever so powerful, but at the same time, it also seems like, it looks like it's going to reflect on your partner wonderfully, because there's a very, very powerful new beginning going to start, and that is going to start with your partner. It's going to reflect on you, and it is going to reflect on your relationship indeed, because it's all about feeling good, all about feeling powerful, and all about you kind of feeling so happy together. Perhaps maybe you didn't get on in the last few months. Maybe things haven't been as good. Maybe you drifted apart. Maybe you were working a lot if you're working. Maybe you were just doing your own things. It all depends. However, this is going to be really, really good, and also I can tell you so much happiness here as well. But the bottom line is that your partner is actually going to surprise you, okay, in the best possible way, okay? When it comes to, for those of you that are actually single, I'm seeing somebody that is just not the right person around you. Somebody's just going to kind of become the part of the scenario. Somebody's going to become the part of your energy. Somebody's going to become a part of your dimension. But I would be like, just stay away from them, because it's just somebody that is not the right person just yet. It's not the right moment. It's not the right time. This week is most certainly not going to be the right week for love. It is going to be a little bit of a tricky situation, because you might find yourself in a situation, oh, they're nice, but you will know and you will feel like, oh, there is something not quite right. You're absolutely right, my gorgeous Aries. This is going to be the person that is just going from flower to flower, but it is just very karmically wrong in many, many different ways. And when it comes to the spiritual journey of that particular person, it is not good. The vibrations are not right. Nothing is right about this person. So the people like this possess this kind of strength, if I can say like this charm, the strong charm, but then at the same time you can feel the negativity and negative side to them very, very strongly. So this is going to be the part of this particular person that I would like you to pay attention to, but to stay away from that person as well. It's not going to be the right person, but there is a little lesson for you in there as well. Now, the second sign that I'm going to be talking about is of course going to be Taurus. Taurus, my gorgeous, my beautiful, my powerful Taurus. Now, my babies, you are actually going to have a really, really nice financial news this week. That financial news that you are going to have, it is just going to be your key to happiness, because automatically you're going to be able to pay attention to the certain idea. You're going to be able to pay attention to the certain stage, certain part of your life that you wanted to do, that you wanted to focus on, that you wanted to start, within the last 16 weeks. Now, what you were focusing on within the last 16 weeks, now this is going to be very, very strong new beginning that you are going to have. And also at the same time, something is going to be revealed when it comes to your home, when it comes to your family, certain news about someone that is also going to be really good. But then at the same time, it is just going to kind of give you the certain knowledge, and this is also going to be your self-illuminating moment, because you're going to realize something really powerful about yourself through somebody else who you really, really like. Also, this is going to be the week that is going to be really quite important, because there's this whole new motivation that you're going to have. It is just a lot to do with the success from somebody else that you really like, from the success that's from somebody that you really look up to, somebody really close to you, somebody really powerful in so many different ways. And now the right motivation is going to come. I think that's absolutely fantastic, because this is the right person to look up to. This is the right person to look up to, and also this is the right person to get this motivation from, because let me tell you this, because this person is absolutely perfect in my mind, in my eyes, because they have absolutely perfect combination of spiritual prosperity and everything else that they actually need. Somebody who has got the right, really strong right head on their shoulders, how they say what they say, but somebody who's a really, really old spirit as well. There is a certain advice that you are going to get this week, and that advice that you are going to get is going to come from somebody like a friend of yours, somebody who you really think of highly, really nice. It's like a friend, and this advice is also going to play an important role in your life later on, especially in September 2019. It's going to have so much to do with what is actually going on now, because there is a certain direction of your life that you're just going to start feeling like very close to. You're going to start feeling very attached to. You're going to focus on, and this is all going to make sense later on. It is all about you realizing that you're getting to the certain point in your life that is going to be very, very important and very significant, and there is a certain power that you're going to feel, and this is exactly what it is, because you're going from one dimension to another dimension, and it's a lot to do with the spiritual awakening and everything that's happening around us. So this is also going to be a very important week for you to follow your own intuition, my beautiful babies. What else I was going to say, this week it's all about the new beginning. It's all about the new beginning, because you're going to find yourself feeling a little bit different, but in a good way. And also an idea that you're going to have, idea that is going to be born, like only if we talk about if we talk about it like 3 or 4 months ago, you just wouldn't do it, no way. But now you will just go for it, and I really like it, because on another hand, there is a certain bravery that you're going to have. Some certain person is also going to try to scrutinize you, but you're going to be like, I don't think so, and you're absolutely going to rise above the situation. You're absolutely going to rise above these negativities, right about this low vibration, and you're just going to do absolutely fine. And in fact, this is actually going to be a really important moment for you, because that scrutinizing, that person that's going to try to scrutinize you, it's also going to be at the same time, you know, the whole new option is going to become available through that situation. So that is actually going to be very, very good for you indeed, because if that didn't happen, you wouldn't start thinking about a certain stage in the new period, you know, new stage in your life, if this scrutinization didn't happen. Okay, and also what else I was going to say, that this week is just going to be really good, because when it comes to the finances, you know, there is a very, very interesting offer that you are going to have. On another hand, it's basically when it comes to the actual health, you know, maybe this week just a little bit more tiredness this week, but this is all going to come in the form of like you maybe just like, you know, when you focus on things like, you know, 6 or 7 hours later, you know, you're just going to feel like a little bit tired, like slightly earlier than you would normally feel tired. So it's not going to be like completely from the morning until the end of the day, you know, but it's just going to be like a kind of, it is not going to be longevity, energetic longevity that you would normally have. It's highly, 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 highly suggest you to get spirulina. Spirulina I talk about all the time. It's a very powerful sea vegetable, and I absolutely love anything that comes out of the sea, like spirulina, blue-green algae and things like that. But when it comes to the actual health, and when it comes to the tiredness, and when it comes to you, my beautiful Taurus, I highly suggest you to get like spirulina, okay, in a tablet form, and it just needs to be like basically spirulina without any chemicals, or without any nasty ingredients or anything like that. So this is something that is going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, but also on another hand, it's going to help you with the tiredness, and it's going to make you feel really, really good and energetic. What else I was going to say, those of you that are actually in relationship, oh, there is a certain profit and certain benefit that your partner is going to have, and this benefit is just going to be very significant when it comes to your own personal improvement. It looks like you will be able to use this, and you will be able to kind of like you will be able to use this, but also at the same time the whole new option is just going to kind of become available, because there is a whole new advantage that you're going to have through this situation, you two as a couple. So this is a really, really good moment indeed. For those of you that are actually single, it's the, again, I'm just no. It is somebody, I don't like this person. Now you're the second sign that I'm seeing this, that there's just going to be somebody naughty around you, and that particular person who's going to be naughty around you is also going to be kind of like looking for love, looking for emotions for the wrong reasons. There's a wrong balance over here, and they have lots of anxiety and lots of stress around them. So therefore, they just went recently to something really bad or something really negative when it comes to their relationship. So they are not thinking straight, they're not thinking in the right way, they're not being really positive, and this sadly kind of makes them to become the part of the certain dimension, and just it raises completely different vibrations, and it's just becomes something completely different. So basically it is not a great week to find someone like the love of your life, but then again it is just going to be an interesting situation, because you're going to kind of like gather something else, some other realization through this particular person as well. Okay, so now the third sign that I'm going to be talking about is Gemini. Okay, my Gemini, my babies, you know, it is just basically, it is all about a certain departure. It is all about a certain journey, but it's all about a certain advancement, but you're going to become the part of the unknown unknown situation. So it's not about the advancement, but it's like a certain unknown situation that is just very much so going to be connected to it, but also at the same time the certain journey and departure are going to become the part of this situation. You're also going to have a very good a realization, because it's going to come in the form of a news, because when it comes to your own particular thing that you have been waiting for, I'm seeing a justice. It looks like your justice is coming, and it's all coming from the fact that you made a really right choice, really right direction, not that long ago. Within the last 24 months, there was a certain direction that you took, there was a certain decision that you made, and this is where it all stemmed from, and this is exactly the actual outcome of it. The bottom line is that your justice is coming. Whether you're waiting for some kind of court case, or whether you're waiting for somebody to like make a certain decision for you and things like that, the bottom line is your justice is coming, and this is absolutely brilliant. It's going to put big smile on your face. You're going to smile, you're going to be happy. This is brilliant, because this means to you so much. This is very deep. On another hand, this is very spiritual, and also it's just going to make you feel really self-satisfied in so many different ways. And also it is the certain advice that you are going to have on this week, that the advice that you are going to have on this week, it's also going to be life-changing, and also very important week when it comes to the certain honor. You will feel very honored this week indeed, and I'm not surprised with all these beautiful energies that are going to be raised, and you're going to feel honored. It's like, if for example, if you're like a working, then that your manager or someone is going to come to you and say like, ooh la la, you've done so well. Or it's going to be like a, basically, if you're looking for work, if you're looking for a job this week, it's going to be rather important and rather significant, because it's just something is going to come through and forward. Something is going to come through, something is going to come forward, and it's going to be mind-blowing literally, because it's just going to make you feel like, oh God, I can't believe I got it so well, I can't believe I got such a good job. So it's going to be something like that, very powerful and very important. And if you're not looking for work and you would like to look for work, you can always use these beautiful energies that are rather powerful this week, and then you can just go with the flow and keep on looking until you get your honor here that I'm talking about indeed. And also there is going, just to remember, I need to let you know that there is going to be the moment when you're going to need to like show your karma. Show your karma. That sounds really weird, but what I meant to say, there is going to be a moment where you will need to like kind of like it's going to be very strongly connected, very strong karmic moment, and it's going to require from you to do something really good. So there is a person going to be involved in this, and this person is going to need your help, and this person is someone really nice, and this person is someone really gentle, and this person is someone really smart at the same time. It's going to need a little bit of your compassion, a little bit of your energy, a little bit of your power, and some kind of advice. You see, it's going to need a little bit of your energy, and this is why I'm saying that it's a very karmic moment, strongly karmic moment, when somebody is going to need your help, somebody is going to need your compassion, and it's going to be on you to work out who this is, my babies. Okay? On another hand, someone very important in your life is going to kind of somebody very important in your life, it's actually going to give you a really good news about a certain stage of their life that was kind of uncertain, but then again, that news at the same time, it's also going to be something very inspirational for you, and it is going to be some kind of a starting moment. It is not going to start then and there, but a little seed is going to be planted in your mind at the same time, because it is going to give you a really nice and really wonderful idea. That idea is going to become a really new beginning later on. It is going to have so many elements and so many stages that you are doing now, what you are doing right now, but also there will be just as many stages and elements that are going to be completely unknown. So therefore, a big learning experience is going to be connected to this week, and that particular learning experience that you're going to be connected this week is just going to become a life-changing moment later on. November 2019, it is going to be the direct continuation of whatever is going on this week. So this is why I'm saying it's so important to use this week and to plant as many seeds as you can plant as many seeds as you want, because this is all going to be about your hope, about your faith, about your inspiration, and about the bright prospects that are going to be absolutely brilliant. But it's also going to be connected so much what you always wanted to do, the direction you always wanted to take, but it's also going to have so many elements that you're going to need to kind of learn about and focus on as well. Okay, now when it comes to the actual health, it's basically all about the cholesterol levels. You need to watch cholesterol levels this week. It's going to be quite sensitive indeed. No way that this is not going to be significant. So you need to watch your cholesterol levels by basically try to kind of take a cinnamon. Okay, cinnamon is absolutely brilliant. You can take like a cinnamon, the actual, cinnamon stick. So you can take like a cinnamon, like a capsules, or like a little bit of cinnamon powder, but but it's going to be really significant, especially when it comes to the actual cholesterol levels. But also it will lower it. But also at the same time, it's like a garlic. If you can't get a cinnamon, you don't want to take a cinnamon, you cannot take a cinnamon for whichever way, then garlic, also raw garlic to eat throughout this week would be absolutely brilliant. I mean, I know it's got a really strong smell, but garlic is absolutely fantastic. Natural medication, natural medicine, very, very powerful. Indeed. On another hand, the energy levels are going to be really good, like ooh la la. You're going to be all around the place, and you're going to find yourself like achieving quite a lot. That's why I'm saying that keep on doing as much as you can this week, because you will have a lot of energy. But I would really suggest you to watch your cholesterol levels. Okay, when it comes to your partners, now your partner is going to have an opportunity to buy something really big. Please don't do this. Like, say to your partner not to buy anything big, because it is not going to be the really good week for that. To buy something big, it will be absolutely fine week after this, okay? But this particular week, I just need you to be a little bit careful, because there is going to be somebody around your partner. I'm not saying that this person is going to be really bad or really evil or something like that, but it's most certainly somebody with some kind of materialistic trouble, and I don't like it, because it can rub on your partner in such a way that it can make your partner to make a certain decision which will be really bad and really wrong. That's why most certainly do not invest into anything this week. Say to your partner, it's to do with your partner, and don't start anything new, don't start anything brand new, okay? If you can just kind of like wait to do this after the 8th, it will be fine, but this week most certainly big no. Okay, so now when it comes to those of you that are actually single, when it comes to those of you that are single, I knew it, Gemini, I knew it. There is just someone really, really interesting that is actually going to start appearing around you this week, and that person is just going to be someone a little bit different, somebody a little bit strange, somebody a little bit bizarre, but it's just to do with what they do, it's just to do with how they are, it's just to do with their energy, something very secretive about them. But on another hand, this is somebody who is a very, very interesting in so many different ways, and also it is going to be somebody who is connected to somebody that you know. So this person is going to come through, this person is going to come forward, and it's just going to be so peculiar and so bizarre, but in the best possible way. And you're going to meet this person first, okay? Throughout this week, this is going to be the moment, and then first of all, it's going to confuse you, okay? And then after the confusion, it is just whole new vibration. It's going to come through and come forward, and then you're just going to start feeling attracted to that person so much. And as the time goes by, the more things are going to start making sense to you when it comes to that particular person, and you're going to start feeling very attached to this person very, very easily and very quickly indeed. So someone very special is coming, and this particular person is also very likes to explore, but then at the same time there is something to do with the home, there is something to do with the properties and things like that when it comes to this particular person. Very strong in so many different ways, very strange in so many different ways, but good strange indeed. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is Cancerians. Cancerians, you don't care this week, because you are going to have the whole new adventure. I think it's a good week. I think it's a silly week when it comes to you feeling really good. silly week when it comes to you exploring yourself, exploring your life. Like, you're going to feel very adventurous this week, and also you're going to make a very interesting decision that you wouldn't normally make, and also there's going to be the beginning of something really, really important this week, and that particular importance that is going to be very significant is going to make you feel really enthusiastic about you taking on a new stage in your life. It's to do with what you're doing now, but it's just so much to do with like what else you can explore, what else you can add to it, what next you can do, what next you can focus on, what other direction you can go towards. It's very, very good, because this is in itself, all these questions are also going to become very motivational and very optimistic with you at the same time. Indeed, this is all about you also having your own like a departure moment when it comes to you kind of like you know, going from one stage in your life to the next stage in your life, from one level in your life to the next level in your life. But it's so much to do with what you're doing so far, but it's to do also with the bright prospects, new direction, and the willingness to learn, a commitment to the task at hand. That's all what this is all about. Very important, very significant. As more committed you are going to be this week to what you do, my beautiful Cancerians, the more options are going to become available to you as well. But it's about you, it's about your power, it's about your passion, it's about you rediscovering your passion and things like that. Okay, what else I was going to say? Powerful transformational week, because there is a good news that you're going to have about the finances. Now, that good news that you're going to have about the finances is just going to be good for so many different ways, because it's going to allow you to do certain change that you wanted to do in your immediate environment. But this is going to be quite good for you, because it's going to kind of like give you the control over the certain situation, and also it's going to kind of like give you lots of ideas as you're like working, as more as you're working, as more as you're raising vibrations, as more as you're thinking this week, the more ideas you are going to have. A very sacred week for so many different ways. Okay, also I need you to be a little bit careful. Because you're going to realize like a little person, the certain danger, okay, around a certain person. You're going to realize a certain person is around a certain danger, certain person is going to kind of this is so important, because this person means to you so much. This person is somebody that you really love. This person is somebody that you know for a really long time. So that person is going to have like a little bit of danger around them. Not a horrible danger, not too big danger, but you will feel it. Okay, this is going to be a very psychic week for you as well. You will feel it, you will know it, you will sense it, but you will not be able to explain it. So if you do feel this, if you sense this, and you're not able to explain it, you will know which person this is. Please just kind of watch them, pay attention to them, and kind of like when you feel like a very closely connected to them, go and see them. Just make sure that they are okay. This is going to be the universe is trying to let you know just to pay attention, because there is a certain spiritual awakening that you are going to have through somebody else, to the certain situation that is actually going to happen. This is going to be good, this is going to be positive, this is not going to be nothing low or anything like that, but it's just going to be you stepping in at the right time, at the right moment, that is all going to karmically, beautifully get back to you later on. Okay, another thing that I was going to say, you're going to have a most certainly reason to celebrate this week, a wonderful celebration, and it's a lot to do with you, it's a lot to do with a certain compromise, and it's also a lot to do with a certain stamina. You've been tested so much in order to get to this particular stage, and now this is all coming through, now this is coming forward. You're going to have a really nice, beautiful reason for celebration. When it comes to the actual long ailments as well, beautiful healing. And for those of you that have been feeling like a long ailments, you know, like a health and things like that, and you didn't see any improvements, now most certainly this is the time when you're going to see your improvement, and that's really, really good always, of course. On another hand, just a little bit of headache that I'm seeing, a little bit of negative, like a negative area when it comes to the actual headache and things like that. Nothing too bad, but I highly recommend you to get like something like a feverfew herb called feverfew. Okay, it's a very powerful herb when it comes to headache and things like that. And if you are on any other medications, please check with your doctor, or check with your GP. Or if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, check with your doctor, check with your GP, because they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. But the feverfew, it's something something. It's like fever and then few, all one word. Fever and then few, like all one word. Okay, so this is a very, very good herbs that have been used for many, many years when it comes to like headaches and things like that. Okay, so what else I was going to say? Oh, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, your partner, it's actually going to have your partner is really going to impress you this week, and you really like it because it's just going to be so much about them that is going to be revealed through this particular situation that is going to happen. Your partner is going to surprise you, and you're going to think that your partner did something really heroic, did something really big, because it's just going to be kind of so much so connected to the certain uncertainty, so much so connected to the like a kind of bravery that you really need to have, you know, really nice bravery. But it's just going to, you're going to like this because there are going to be little elements of danger that are going to be connected to it, but good elements of danger. And the bottom line is this is going to be brilliant. Really good week for the couples, and really good week for the couples like kind of getting together, you see. And there is something very important that you're going to discuss this week as well. Watch this space, okay? Now, for those of you that are actually single, there is going to be going on too much when it comes to the actual finances, when it comes to the actual new stage that is just going to start become revealed, that is going to start revealing itself this week, and it's just going to awake so much in you indeed. What else I was going to mention is that there is going to be the certain monetary situation that you're going to have. So therefore, there is some kind of money that is going to become the part of the scenario. That money is going to surprise you this week. And of course, it's going to surprise you. It's going to be good because it's going to be either like, it's not an inheritance, but other people may be the part of it. Now, that money is going to kind of, it's going to make you think about something, about a certain stage that you want to do, and it's so much connected to what you do, but it's also connected to the certain time span. This is going to be the main focus when it comes to you, kind of focusing on things, you know, this week. So there is not going to be somebody that you're going to meet this week, like a, you know, love your life or something like that. You are going to meet a couple of interesting people, but it's nothing going to do with like a lover or somebody who you like this. But what I was going to say, that you will be focusing on this financial situation, and that is going to be something that is going to bring you closer to someone very, very special later on. So that's why I said this, that's why I mentioned all this, because this is all connected. Okay, so this stage that is happening on this stage in your life, it's also going to bring you someone really, really wonderful. But that wonderful person that's going to come through, it's going to come through this particular situation that I said, and it's going to be connected to you when you were focusing on something, but you're also using, like in your mind, you're thinking about this financial situation, and this is going to be the time, this is going to be the key moment. You will see exactly what I mean. Okay. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Leo, my gorgeous, my powerful Leo. It is all about what you have done so far. It is all about your own practicality. It is all about your knowledge. It is all about your honor. Now is the time. Now it's the moment. Now it's the moment when you're going to have your reawakening time. A big realization. Your life is about to change. Your life is about to come to the certain moment, okay? And that certain moment is going to give you the power, it's going to give you the strength, it's going to give you the courage, it's going to give you the self-illumination to do everything you wanted to do in order to move on. You really are coming to the certain stage of your life, my gorgeous Leo, and that certain stage in your life is going to be very important because it's going to make you feel really strong and powerful and level-headed on one hand, but on another hand, you're also at the same time going to become stronger and stronger and stronger. But at the same time, you're also going to realize that you're going to have to deal with a certain stage of your life, because there is an abandonment that you're going to need to do. There is a certain stage of your life, it's coming to an end, and it's making you unhappy. It's been making you unhappy for a really long time. Perhaps if you're in a relationship with someone, you're not happy anymore. You know, and maybe you just didn't know how to finish it, how to end it. Or maybe you're single and now you're just really completely unhappy by being single, you see. And now just you want to start new stage, you know, you want to focus on someone, you want to make your life to be, you know, ready for someone, you want to allow someone, you know, to come into your life. It all depends. This is all about you. Maybe you want to work on your life, maybe you want to work on your relationship as much as you can, but this is so important because the big edit is going to be needed. And that big edit is just like half, it's going to be to do with your emotions, but it's also have to do with what you do. This is important. As the time goes by, you're going to have more power and more power and more power. It's not about the confidence, but sometimes, Leos, my gorgeous people, you're all about power, you're all about self-illumination, you're all about confidence. But sometimes you really need so much confidence, and sometimes you're missing confidence with the most basic things in life, just like everybody else, but you're not maybe realizing, or you're realizing but you don't even go there because it's to do with you. It's very deep. It's to do with your emotions and things like that. So this is a really big emotional moment that is just going to hit you literally this week. And you're just going to realize, this is the time. I'm going for it. I'm going to do it. It's time to move on. It's time to move on, and it's time to move on. It is all about your own transformation. It is all about your own rebirth. It is all about clearing away the old to make the way for the new. It's all about this particular sacred sacred edit that you are going to have. That particular edit that you are going to have is just going to be the new starting moment, and a new starting point indeed. You will know exactly what I mean. You will feel this, you will know this, because at the same time you're going to feel so much hope. What you're going to feel about your future, and what you're going to feel about what's going on now, what you didn't have the courage and confidence to do before. Now you will be able to connect to your future in a different way, and this is what is going to be the different this week. And that different way, the way you're going to connect to your future, it's going to be your Vavavoom. This is going to be your power. This is going to be your self-illuminating moment. This is going to be your spiritual petrol. This is going to be your strength. This is going to be your power. This is what's going to open your eyes and just make you realize, just go for it. Sometimes in life we have to do things, we have to end things, we have to start things, and sometimes it's not easy at all, but you need to deal with things in order to make yourself happy. As I said, this life is not meant to be easy. This is just a temporary earth. I keep on saying this all the time. As older I'm getting, the more I realize, the more I know, the more I connect, and this place, this earth, we are here just temporarily, and it's not meant to be easy. This life, it's not meant to be easy. This life is really short, but it's not meant to be easy. And these are one of those things. It's more complicated and difficult things we go through, the more powerful and fantastic and huge and significant the outcome is going to be. And this is exactly what you are going to have here, my gorgeous Leos. There is a really wonderful advice that you are going to have from someone, and that wonderful advice is going to be brilliant, because it's going to help you so much with you and others, and it's also going to bring you really wonderful synchronicity. Be careful, because somebody is going to try to control you a little bit this week, and that particular person that is going to try to control you is somebody who's not really nice, somebody who's really stroppy, somebody who's really horrible, somebody who's like carrying so much on their shoulders, but then you're gonna do really well, because you will know that this person is going to try to control you. And this is not going to be the first time, and then you're just going to kind of get like a really nice idea out of this situation, believe me or not. It's a lot going to be happening this week, and I would really like you, my beautiful babies, it's to do with your concentration and memory. It's concentration and memory, something that I need you to pay attention to. Like, I'm not saying that you're not going to have concentration or memory, but something that I need you to kind of double up on in such a way to bring a certain sharpness. And it's not necessarily about this week only, but it's like at least a couple of weeks from this moment onwards to get something for concentration and memory. Very significant. A lovely combination of omega-3, but from flaxseed oil, from a flaxseed oil, to get omega-3 from a flaxseed oil. Very significant plant version of the actual fish oils, which is something that I really highly prefer. So it's a flaxseed oil, and also to get something like a ginkgo biloba. It's basically herb called ginkgo biloba, which is absolutely brilliant for concentration and memory. Now the combination of these two is absolutely fantastic, bombastic. But if you can't get a flaxseed oil, maybe get like a ginkgo biloba. If you vice versa, at least one of these products will be absolutely brilliant, and it's going to help you a lot with the circulation and with memory indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, please my babies, check with your doctor or your GP, because only they can tell you whether you can take these supplements or not. Okay, so now what else I was going to say is that basically when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, when it comes to those of you in relationship, there is a certain desire that you're going to realize through your relationship, and that desire that you're going to realize through your relationship, it's going to be something that is going to take your mind somewhere else, something that is going to be very advanced for both of you. There's going to be a very certain advanced stage that is going to be connected to your relationship, that is going to be connected to your partner, but also your partner on another hand is going to have a really wonderful news, something to do with the advancement, something to do with the triumph, something to do with the gain, and desires that your partner is going to have are just going to be much better than what your partner actually thought. So there is a certain success that your partner is going to have, and this is going to be even better, this is going to be even more, this is going to be even more powerful than your partner actually thought. So this is going to be absolutely brilliant, and this is all about the actual desires that have been realized by your partner. But then again, this is going to reflect on both of you really wonderfully, and it's to do with the second stage. Your finances, everything is going to start looking much better here. Okay, for those of you that are single, you're gonna need to have a little moment this week. This week you're gonna be really busy. This week is gonna be really significant. This week a lot is gonna be happening, but there is going to be the moment when you're gonna realize something about your personal life. When there is a moment you're gonna realize something about your a single life indeed, and this is going to be the beginning of something really important. This is going to be the beginning of something really significant, and especially if you are single, there is a very strong transformation going to start happening this week. Okay, now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is Virgo, my gorgeous Virgos. You're all about like feeling very radiant. You're all about like a feeling your va-va-voom. You are going to feel these energies like there is no tomorrow, because you're Virgo, my babies. You feel this different dimensions straight away. You feel different energies straight away. You're very sensitive, but you're very powerful indeed. Now, what is going to happen? Your lucky number this week is going to be number 11. Number 11 is a highly powerful number. It's a highly angelic number. Number 11 is also trying to let you know there is a whole new beginning about to start here. The whole new beginning. And this is not any type of beginning. This is not any kind of beginning. This is something really powerful and really significant, because it's to do with your own spiritual awakening, but it's to do with your own particular spiritual journey. You're about to rediscover yourself through a very difficult situation, but not really difficult, but difficult decision. First of all, you're going to realize something really important about your life, about your personal life, and that is going to be the difficult decision that is just going to start everything off. The difficult decision is just going to start becoming like a really interesting decision, and really interesting decision is going to start becoming like a really wonderful decision, and really wonderful decision is just going to make you realize that there is a certain advancement that is there, and this is also going to become the path of your journey. This is all going to become something very powerful. And to be quite honest with you, Virgos, my gorgeous babies, this week from the 1st until the 7th of April 2019, it is going to be one of the most powerful weeks when it comes to the certain realization about your spiritual journey, but especially when it comes to the certain stage that started 24 months ago. Now this is going to bounce back, and it is all going to start making sense, and it's going to make you kind of feeling very close to the certain stage of your life. You are fine, you are feeling good, you're feeling absolutely brilliant, but there is just going to be so much that you're going to kind of start feeling connected to when it comes to your stage, and when it comes to the room for improvement. Everything is going to kind of stop for a second here, and it is going to be about your emotions, it is going to be about your love life, it is all going to be about you just making a really certain, really big decision but that decision is going to come from the certain realization, and that realization, it's also going to make you realize that this life, it's really, really too short. Now, going back to the same thing, that we are here just temporarily, and this life is not meant to be easy. But there is also going to be the realization, what is making you unhappy? What is making you unhappy? What has been making you unhappy for a while, and what can you do to change it? My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, this is so important. I cannot explain how important this is going to be. On one side, on one hand, you're going to feel so strong and so powerful, like hello, but on another hand, you're going to feel very sensitive. But this is really good, and this is really important, because the combination of these two energies are going to bring this particular realization, and this particular realization is going to give you strength, power, and confidence. And it's all about control over the situation, strength and courage, in order to move on with your life, and in order to do the certain change. And it's all in order to make you realize how powerful you are, how strong you are, how wise you are, what an amazing spirit you are. This in itself is just going to start giving you lots of energy indeed, and the energy is just going to be all about determination. And that determination and energy, when you focus on these things throughout the week, you will see what is giving you energy and what is giving you determination. Just every single time when you feel good, every single time when you feel excited or ecstatic, just see what are you focusing on, what gave you so much optimism, what gave you so much power. That in itself is going to be new direction, because by doing this, something crazy is going to be revealed to you, and it's just, things are just going to start making sense. And especially those things that were kind of dragging you down and making you feel really unhappy, and kind of making you say, oh no, if I do this, what about blah blah blah. No. Now this is all about to start changing. Now the tables are about to be turned, and the way they're going to be turned, you're going to be like, oh my Lord, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. There is going to be the realization about somebody who is like a kind of like not really nice person, somebody with like some kind of impressive appearance but no substance, but you're going to realize how empty certain people can be, and you're going to realize something is going to surprise you, and whatever, that is going to be quite good for you, because through this realization there's going to be a swift activity that you're going to change. If you didn't have this realization, then you wouldn't move on from square number 1 to square number 2, because my babies, this is going to be one of the most important weeks ever, and this is all going to be connected here indeed. It is just all about the hope, all about the bright prospects, all about the new inspiration, satisfaction, pleasure, and happiness that you are going to feel, and that is going to be your sign, that is going to be your omen, that is going to be your starting point. It is all going to be connected. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to what you're thinking about when you think that you're not thinking, pay attention to what you're thinking about the very first thing in the morning, not that, but pay attention to what you're thinking about very first thing in the morning, like what comes to you that normally doesn't come to you, and things like that, because this is all going to be the part of the really big picture indeed. It is the whole new inspiration and potential that you are going to have, and you're also going to hear very good news about your success. The finances are going to start improving, and that in itself is also going to be a vavavoom moment, because you're going to realize that you really can do something really important that you really wanted to do in your life, but maybe without anybody else, just by yourself. Now this is going to be a great moment of confidence and achievement that you are going to have as well here. Absolutely ecstatic time for you, very, very significant and very powerful indeed. There is a good news that you are going to have, and the good news that you are going to have also this week is just going to be connected to the certain family member, and that is going to give you a really nice idea, and it's going to make you realize something really important about your life later on. Okay, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Virgos, it's basically that you are going to be what you're gonna need to need to pay attention to when it comes to your health. You see, the energy levels again are gonna be really good, and you will be able to feel this. It's gonna be brilliant, and as more as you kind of focus on something, the more focus is going to be powerful. As more as you focus on something, the more powerful you are going to be. As more as you focus on something, the more longevity is going to be significant, if you know what I mean. As more as you're into something, the more you will do, the more more you will make, the more you will create. And that's an amazing, powerful formula for everything in life, really. So this is going to be quite good. So when it comes to the energy, it's fantastic. One of the most energetic weeks indeed. But when it comes to the actual lack of certain things, then you're going to be in lack of omega-3 and 6 also. Omega-3 and 6 you're going to need, and omega-3 and 6 is something that is going to be very beneficial for a few different things. It's going to be quite good for concentration levels as well, for the memory as well, and it's also going to be quite good for the skin, because your skin is going to be quite sensitive, especially skin on your face, hair and nails. This is all where you can actually benefit from omega-3 and 6. Very, very significant. But also I would like you very, very strictly, if you can get like apricot kernels. Apricot kernels, apricot kernels, apricot kernels. They're very little and they're very bitter, and if you can get this like in an organic form, please, it will be absolutely fantastic, because it's something that you're going to benefit from throughout this week. But it's not only this week. These apricot kernels are absolutely brilliant to take, to eat, because they have got the ability to detoxify our body really beautifully, because they contain these amazing chemicals. But then at the same time, they also have omega-3 and 6. So something like that you would benefit from like there is no tomorrow. So try to get apricot kernels and eat 2 a day. Okay, take 2 a day, because as I said, they're very, very bitter indeed, but they're so good for you. Okay, so now when it comes to those of you that are in a relationship, it's like, ooh la la, it is all about a new plan, and it's all about a new wish that your partner is going to have. And a new plan, a new wish is something that is going to become very attractive to you, something that you're really going to like, and something that you're really going to feel immediately connected to. So therefore, there is a very important realization that you're going to have as a couple first, but then after that realization that you are going to have as a couple, there is a really, really powerful conversation that you are going to have, and it's to do a lot with the new plans and wishes. Okay, 7 months later, exactly 7 months later, after this moment, there is something very important going to come into effect, and it's going to stem from this. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to say is those of you that are actually single. Now, those of you that are actually single, it's it looks like that you are going to have a lot of nice attention this week. Now, the attention that you are going to have this week, you're really going to like it. You see, this is going to be an amazing week when it comes to connections, reconnections. There is someone very important going to come through forward from your past. A little bit of flirting that will not go too far, but that is not what I was going to say. There is a certain person that is going to become available to you, as somebody is going to like kind of flirt with you, and you're going to like it. It's going to be slightly different to who you normally go for, maybe a little bit more like a mature, whether this is more mature like in a physical way or more mature like in a mind way, because sometimes people can be old spirits, you see, and then at the same time they project this particular energy. However, this person is nice. I like this person. This is someone really amazing. This is somebody really powerful. I would probably like fall in love with that person like straight away. You know, somebody really, really cool is about to become the part of the scenario, and I like this person, but it is going to be also on your mind, like that it's not somebody who you normally go for, and this is going to become at the same time something that you will want to, you would like to explore. However, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it, and most above all, it is going to be the time when you're going to kind of feel good. You're going to look good this week. You're going to feel good this week, and there's lots of flirting going to go on. And I know that you're going to rediscover, you're going to discover something really special about yourself through this flirting, and then this person is going to, you know, manifest. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is going to be Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Okay, Libra, you're gonna behave this week. Behave. Okay, I think that you're gonna feel like a little bit naughty again this week, Libra. You're gonna feel a little bit naughty, Libera, Libera, Libera. You're gonna be all around the place. But I really like it. It is just going to be one of those weeks, one of those mischievous weeks. And I know you're gonna be taking care of yourself a lot. You're gonna be rewarding yourself. And that is is absolutely brilliant. It's for work, life, balance. This week is going to be absolutely fantastic because I know that you're going to be taking care of yourself, and this is going to be brilliant. You're going to be trying new things. You're going to find yourself being the part of the new situations, part of the different, situations, different, surroundings and things like that. And as I said, you're going to feel like a little bit mischievous. You're going to feel like a little bit naughty. You will have a little naughty feeling around you, naughty feeling about you, and you will want to explore different things, and I like it because it's just going to kind of bring you a certain realization, but there is something about yourself that you are going to rediscover through this. But also what is going to happen, there is relationships. When it comes to the social relationships and social connections and reconnection, this week is going to be the week. There is somebody from the past that is actually going to come through forward, not to come back into your life, but they're going to tell you something. They're going to give you the certain idea, and only somebody who really knows you is actually going to be able to kind of connect to you in this way and give you such a wonderful idea, because that idea is going to start making sense to you later on so much. But it's also going to help you to see who is trying to be a little bit deceptive around you, who's going to try to trick you into something. So this is all part of the really, really big picture indeed. You see, what else I was going to say is like this week is going to be really important, not only when you feel like a little bit mischievous, but it's all about the new beginnings. I really like it because that new beginning is just going to come from the fact that you've done really well. It is about the stage of your life that is going on now, what's happening now, what you have been focusing on now. Now it's all going to start making sense, and this is where this beautiful mischievous energy is coming from, because subconsciously you're going to feel really good. Subconsciously you're going to get this wonderful balance, and also you will know that there are certain things that you will not need to worry anymore about. So there is a negativity that is about to shift this week, and the negativity that is about to shift this week from your sign is literally going to start on the 1st of April 2019, and that in itself is just going to have absolutely wonderful effect and absolutely wonderful impact on you. And this is also going to be a good week of transformation, because you will want to change things, you will want to do things, you will want to focus on those things that you didn't focus on in a really long time. But also at the same time, it is all about your optimism that you are going to have. Okay, and can I just tell you something? Yeah, there is some very important relationship about to happen this week. Okay, very important relationship. You're going to meet someone really important, and the way you're going to know that this person is important and is going to be significant later on, because you're going to feel like really nice around this person. You're going to feel really good about this person. You're going to have a very significant feelings around this person, and you will not be able to explain this at all. And this is somebody that is just going to become a very, very a powerful person in your life later on. But this is going to be really just the beginning indeed. The certain materialistic gain you're going to have this week, and that is going to surprise you, and that is going to allow you to kind of like go on the next stage and start thinking about the certain changes that you want to do and you want to make in your life. So this is all going to be about it. A certain health check, it's also going to be really important when it comes to the certain health check this week. If you were planning to do like a health check for whatever you wanted to do, just go for it. It's very significant and very important to do this week. The outcome is going to be good, and the outcome is going to be significant because it's going to happen at the right time. But this in itself is just going to bring you the certain progress, a great progress this week, and I'm so happy for you indeed. Big change, a change when it comes to your home, your environment. It's not going to happen, but you're just going to start feeling, you're just going to start feeling big change. Suddenly you're just going to start feeling, like new stage of your life is just going to start unfolding. But in order for this to carry on, you're going to need to make a certain change, and that change is going to be big, and it's to do with your home. Okay, but it's good, and now it's the time. Okay, what else I was going to say, and also a little bit of a wish thinking moment. The stage of your life is just not going to turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. It has been like that for a while. It has been like that for the last 8 months, and this is the certain stage of your life that is absolutely ever so significant to actually realize that it's not like working in the same, in the right way, and it's like you've been trying. So now is the time to stop with this, close the spiritual spiritual door, so other spiritual door can actually happen. So it's a wishful thinking situation that you are going to have right at the right moment, right at the right time, because at the same time it's just going to allow you and your spirit to go on the next journey. Very, very important indeed. When it comes to the actual health, you are going to be sensitive to allergies. Now, this is going to be the week, and it's not only going to be that week, but it's going to be for like about a couple of weeks from the 1st of April that you're going to find yourself being sensitive to allergies. Now, I would like to tell you to take something like a rosemary. Rosemary, if you can take like a lot of dry rosemary, like with your food throughout this couple of weeks, but even better to take like a rosemary in a capsule form, it would be fantastic, because it's just going to help you so much when it comes to the actual allergies. It helps you to balance out. It's natural, and it's just good for so many different things. Rosemary is a really wonderful and powerful herb indeed. If you're on any other medications, or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, please check with your doctor or your GP, because only your doctor, only your GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Now, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, it is just going to be, you see, an important moment for those of you that are in a relationship, because the partner is just going to have a really important news. And the important news that your partner is going to have, it's going to be about money. But it's going to be really, really good. It's going to be about the money, and it's going to be really good. And it's also going to be about the money, wealth, treasure, reorganization. Your partner is going to need to change a little bit, but that doesn't matter, because results of efforts are nearly due. So that is going to be brilliant, because at the same time, this is going to make your partner realize something really important about their lives, about their journey, but also it's going to help you to realize something really important about your immediate future. Very, very good, because the problem is going to come to an end with this. I'm not saying that you have financial problems, but most certainly it was something that your partner was waiting and your partner was focusing on. Okay, so now for those of you that are actually single, you see, it is just going to be a really interesting people you are going to be surrounded by. My goodness, Libra, I said behave. There are 3 of them around you. Libra, there are 3 of them around you. No, I think you're going to be flirting a lot. It's like a Virgo, similar to Virgo. You see, you're going to be flirting a lot. You're going to be having a great time. You're going to be rediscovering yourself to this, and that's absolutely brilliant. But it's just, I find it so interesting, because you will meet like 3 people, and all 3 of them are going to be really powerful. All 3 of them are going to be different. All 3 of them are going to be really spiritual, but really smart, really clever. I'm not saying spiritual people are not smart. All 3 of them are going to be spiritual and intelligent, like a business oriented and spiritual. It's all these things you will be able to single out about them, you see. And all 3 of them are going to be different in a different way. So there are 3 of them that are going to be really significant. All 3 of them are going to be really, really good. Which one will you go for? Libra. Okay, now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is going to be Scorpio. Well, the card fell down. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about is going to be Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, my babies, no. This is not the best day. This is not the best week to start like a new project. Okay, most certainly it is not going to be the best week to start new projects. And I will let you know. So if you start something, you're like, I'm just letting you know now. But then if you can't not to start on any other time, if you know what I mean, then you're just going to have to do it. If you need to start new projects and you can't wait week after, this is what my suggestion would be, my babies. Wait for a week after. After the 8th, it's fine, because number 8 is like all about success, all about the power, finances and things like that, getting things together. It's the great energy indeed. But when it comes to you and when it comes to your actual starting a new projects, just if you can just avoid to do it this week, just try to do some other week, please. It will be so much better. But if you can't change it, then just at least make sure that you have like a hematite or like a black tourmaline around you or on you. So it will help you at the same time with grounding doing things right, and it's also going to help you at the same time to protect yourself against all sorts of negative areas. So this is what I can actually suggest, what I would suggest, because if you can't change it, that's fair enough, but if you can, then just to let you know, it's going to be later. I'm not saying that if you start new projects, you know, that it's most certainly going to be something really bad, but I'm just saying that it's just going to be slightly more like edgy than it would normally be, okay? But then on another hand, it is just basically what else I was going to say, that there is the financial situation, that it is going to be improved this week, and it's going to be good, and it's going to come in the form of a news. You're going to be made aware, you're going to realize that you have done something right, you had a certain choice that you needed to take not that long ago. That particular choice, you were unsure whether it was a right choice or not. So this week is going to be your week of your spiritual awakening, of your realization, of your confirmation. Very, very powerful confirmation, very personal, that you're on the right track, you're on the right journey. There is a letter P for Peter that is actually going to be very significant. It is going to make some kind of a sense in this particular week. What is it going to be? Let me know. But what else I was going to say, it's just that basically, yeah, the financial situation is just going to kind of start improving after this week, but at the same time, there is some kind of idea that you're just going to start feeling very closely connected to. The idea that you're just going to start feeling very closely connected to, it's going to be connected to the past, it's going to be connected to the childhood, it is going to be connected to the certain insight that you had about your childhood, people in your childhood, things that used to do, things that used to make you happy. It's all going to become the part of this big bomb that you are going to have, spiritual bomb that you are going to have, which is going to become like your own wheel of fortune. Your own wheel of fortune is like turning and turning and turning as we speak. This week is going to be mind-blowing. This week is going to be life-changing. This week is going to be absolutely incredible, because by the time you get to the end of the week, something completely different is going to be on your mind, and that particular thing that is completely different is just going to kind of start manifesting in your life through all these situations and all these vibrations and all these energies that started on the 1st of April 2019. You're going to be one of the signs that are going to be affected by it like there is no tomorrow, because you're very deep, you're very spiritual, you're like a super powerful when it comes to your own spirituality and things like that. So you are going to be one of the signs that are actually going to be able to feel this. And at the same time, although I said it is not going to be the great week to start new projects, you know, but on another hand, everything else is just going to start falling into the places. My babies. Because you're going to realize something really good. You're going to realize something so significant, certain perfection, certain happiness. And that certain perfection and certain happiness that you're going to realize, it's only because you're going to feel so optimistic, and you're going to feel so optimistic only because you're going to be called. You're going to be called by your manager or by somebody, because there's an honor that you are going to have, a recognition. And this is going to be a moment, this is going to be a time that is going to lead towards your ultimate change, because you're going to make a huge, massive, absolutely massive decision here. And that decision that you're going to make is just going to make you feel really fulfilled, make you feel really happy, and it's also going to make you realize something about your own personal capability. It's going to make you feel so good, because this week it's all going to be about you. This week it's going to be about your unfoldment. This week is going to be about your personal power. This week it's going to be about your personal achievement, and it's not only about the honor, but that is going to be your own personal spiritual petrol. That is going to make you feel really good. That is going to make you feel really shiny. That is going to make you feel really bright. That is going to become such an important week for you. Like, I cannot explain this, because this is all about rewards from hard work, success, and admiration from others. And that in itself is going to be a va-va-voom moment. That in itself is going to be a va-va-voom time, because it's just going to make you feel optimistic, and you know, those things that will keep on dragging you down because you weren't too sure of the outcome. Now this is all going to start making sense indeed. There is going to be the whole new inspiration motivation that is going to come through, the whole new inspiration that is going to come forward, but it's all about you feeling this action, you feeling this power, you feeling this confidence, because it's all through your own personal accomplishment. There's a certain person that is also going to need your help. There is somebody who you really love, somebody who you really like, somebody that's been part of your life for a really long time, all the way from your childhood. Somebody from your childhood is going to need your help. Please, 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 please try to find out who this is. It seems like karmically this is also going to be a really strong week, because these people from our past are keep on coming through, keep on coming back. The people who we know, people who we feel connected to, people who we feel comfortable with, like with no one else. You see, these are the people that I'm talking about. Somebody from your past will need your help. Please, 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 Scorpio, my babies, go and try to find out who this is. They will not come through, they will not come forward, but you're the only one that can actually help them. On you is to find out who this is. What else I was going to say is just like the financially, you know, I like it, because you will kind of probably end up with a little bit more than you even thought, and that's fantastic. On another hand, there is an abandonment, big abandonment of your life that is going to happen through this situation, and you wouldn't have a big abandonment. You wouldn't have this option. I'm saying it's an option because the only reason why you're going to want to like kind of end certain stage of your life, certain stage will come to an end, and this will become very evident by the 7th of April 2019. But if the certain accomplishment didn't happen, then you wouldn't realize a certain stage of your life came to an end, and this is completely natural, this is completely normal, this is very significant, because the spiritual journeys now are really, really fascinatingly significant when it comes to us, and especially when it comes to this particular week indeed. Okay, so what else I was going to say? When it comes to your kind of health and things like that, you say energetically it is just going to be, you're going to be all around the place. You're also going to have a really great energy levels are going to be back. I know quite a few of you felt really low, you know, when it comes to energy levels, or maybe you just didn't kind of have it wasn't as a longevity of the actual energy hasn't been as strong, so you would start feeling like a drained really early in the day and things like that. You know, this all depends, you know, the way we focus, the way we use our energy, because of the dimension around us and things like that. It's all kind of like a part of the same thing. So basically it's the what else I was going to say is just like, so the energy levels are going to be really good, but it's the stomach and a little bit of indigestion and a little bit of negative, like this is why I'm saying like a little bit of indigestion. And I think it's really significant to get what I always say to you, it's like aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice is one of the best things that you can actually get for your stomach, for digestion, indigestion, because it's full of goodness, and it's also so good for the stomach lining indeed. And it's very gentle and it's very powerful as well. It's been used for many, many, many years, all the way from Cleopatra. Our gorgeous Cleopatra used to use aloe vera juice as well, or aloe vera products in general. On another hand, what else I suggest you is actually get like a peppermint capsules or peppermint tea. It's absolutely brilliant when it comes to stomach, when it comes to digestion, when it comes to indigestion in particular. So if you take a peppermint capsules, and if you do decide to take basically aloe vera juice, please just check with your doctor or check with your GP, especially if you're on any other medications, or if you're pregnant and if you're breastfeeding, because only your doctor or your GP can actually tell you if this can interact with your medications or not. Now, what else I was going to say? For those of you that are actually in relationship, there is an important learning experience that your partner will go through. Your partner is going to have an important week when it comes to themselves, an important stage, an important moment, and your partner is going to need a little bit of your help and a little bit of your support and a little bit of your va-va-voom. Perhaps surprise your partner, buy them something new, do something different, because your partner is going to need like a little bit of energy, and the way you share the energy with someone also when they need a little bit of happiness and optimism is just to do something different. This is the way you raise the energy. So your partner is going to need a little bit of maybe your vavavoom, okay? But however, it is going to be really good new stage for your partner that both of you are going to benefit from, of course. When it comes to those of you that are actually single, it is just going to be the certain person that is just going to become the part of the scenario, but that particular person is not going to be the right person. Most certainly, this is not going to be the week to find somebody really good. You know, it's like, as I said, you know, this week is just, it is not even about the fact that this person is somebody really negative. What I was going to say is like, you are going to be socializing a lot and you are going to be meeting people as well. And there is a certain person that you are going to meet. Sorry, let's see. There's a certain person that you're going to meet, and that particular person that you're going to meet is not going to be the right person, but there is someone very special that you're going to realize through this, somebody very wise, somebody really clever, somebody with a very strong, very, very strong third psychic eye, but it's not the right person for you, because that person is going through something sad, that person is going through something really negative, that person is going through something like some kind of sadness when it comes to loneliness, when it comes to separation. So it's not the right moment, it's not the right time. But what is going to be really important is that person is going to become the part of the scenario now, but later on, this person, when this person is ready, will return into your life. Okay? Now, the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, you are going to have somebody after you this week. Somebody's going to like you, somebody's going to fancy you, and somebody's going to kind of bring certain feelings inside you, certain feelings within you. I hope you're not married, or I hope you're not in relationship. However, Sagittarius, the very first thing that I'm seeing is like a little cherub is flying, and it's about to do boom, thing like that. Something very strong is going to happen, and that particular strong feeling that is going to be very significant here is going to come through somebody else. So somebody's just going to start coming through, and it's going to start shaking your world. I suppose if you are not in relationship, it's absolutely brilliant, but if you are in relationship and you know it's coming to an end, or you're unhappy, then this is also going to be brilliant, because it's going to be a little bit of vavavoom that is going to come through this person. So very, very special relationship is going to enter your life. That special relationship that is going to enter your life, it's also going to kind of be a very, very strong and prominent figure in your life later on, but it's also kind of going to make you and help you to make a really important decision when it comes to your life, when it comes to your emotions and things like that. You wouldn't be able to move on with your life if this person didn't come through, and this person is coming at the right moment, this person is coming at the right time, and this person is going to change everything. This person is going to shed a light on all those things that have been sitting in the dark in a really, really long time, especially when it comes to your life, and especially when it comes to your happiness, and especially when it comes to your emotions, and especially when it comes to people in your life. This is somebody that is going to be very similar to you, but at the same time very, very completely different, and somebody that is just so much so connected to different countries, or somebody that likes to travel. Somebody that is full of surprises indeed, and at the same time it's going to bring you the whole new inspiration and potential into your life. Very, very good indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say to you, know, there is going to be like the certain disappointment that you're going to have at a certain stage of your life, but this is to do with your money and things like that, not in general, but there was something that you were like kind of focusing on and using and wasting your energy maybe a little bit too much, and now that is just going to kind of become very obvious to you, and this is going to be the new stage, because straight away at the same time, you know, something is going to be revealed here. I can't explain this enough, I can't stress enough how important this week is going to be, because exactly, let me just calculate quickly, sorry. So basically, yeah, December, it's going to be December 2019. It's going to be like the direct continuation of this. You're gonna need to realize what came to an end, especially when it comes to you focusing on a certain area. Maybe you were using too many hours that you didn't get paid. Maybe you were using too much energy. Maybe you were focusing on something a little bit too much, and then when we focus on something a little bit too much, then we don't let the energy to rise naturally. Okay. So you need to realize this, and then December 2019, it is going to be the direct continuation of this. And this is brilliant because there is something that is going to be surprising. When I say the direct continuation, when I say the direct continuation of this, it means that there is a seed that you're going to plant here at the same time, the spiritual seed, the new beginning, new start, very, very big, very huge, okay? You may not even realize it. You may do this like subconsciously, but it's going to happen at the same time when you make this discontinuation, when you realize in your mind that a certain stage came to an end in your life where you were wasting too much energy, and that took so much energy from you, and it kind of became at the same time a little bit of trouble, a little bit of adversity and conflicting influence, you know, a conflicting influence, and that in itself is just kind of make you use a certain effort that you wouldn't normally use, or you maybe shouldn't use. However, this is going to be brilliant. However, this is going to be good, and the things are going to start making sense to you, and it's all going to kind of bring the whole new option. The option that you are going to have is just going to make you realize that there is going to be the big change that is going to be connected to this, but it's good because it's all about the new plans. It's all about the wishes that are making you feel good about yourself, about your new journey, and it's excitement. I can see excitement coming back into your life. I'm not saying you didn't have excitement, but I think that this is going to be absolutely brilliant because this is going to be the life-changing turning point for you indeed. And at the same time, it's the great accomplishment that you are going to have, the great accomplishment, and that in itself is just going to be the part of your own personal transformation. And you will also realize here that this is all about your own strength, courage, and power. Absolutely brilliant progress you are going to have this week, and that's fantastic. On another hand, what else I was going to say, it's all about you thinking about the future. It's all about you thinking about your business. It's all about you making a really big decision about your money, finances, and a certain enterprise in the future. This is all going to start making sense, but it's brilliant because it's all about you, and it's all about teamwork, and it's other people working as a team as well. This is going to be really, really big week for anything that you may involve other people as well, like a family members or other people, you know, the discussions, you know, there is an important discussion that you're also going to have when it comes to your love life, you know, but also at the same time when it comes to your family, a few people, you know, an important discussion is going to happen this week, and that discussion is going to be concerning other people, but it's going to be concerning you, and your input is going to be needed here indeed. Okay, it is a good news that you are going to have this week about your own achievement, and I think that's absolutely brilliant because at the same time that's going to be a new starting point. When it comes to the actual health, you see it's like maybe like a little bit tired that you're going to feel every now and then this week, but this is only because you're going to be like kind of really busy, you're going to be making lots of decisions, it's going to be very optimistic time in so many ways, but then again, when we are very spiritually open, you know, it drains our energy a little bit quicker, you see, and this is why you're just going to feel like a little bit, maybe a little bit tired every now and then, but it's normally going to happen right at the end of the day or around the end of the day anyway, so which is fine. But I was just going to say, on another hand, it's just basically you're going to need to watch your immune system a little bit. You're going to need to watch your immune system because of the tiredness, a little bit of tired. I'm not saying you're going to be like, I'm going tired like this, but it's just when it comes to your immune system, I think this is going to be slightly sensitive area that you need to pay attention to, so you can just take care of yourself, okay? Because there are so many beautiful and wonderful herbs that you can take. Now for you, I would highly suggest to get holy basil. It's called holy basil, or to get like something like echinacea. Echinacea I recommended so many times, but holy basil I didn't. Holy basil is also a herb that is very good when it comes to boosting immune system. So either holy basil or either echinacea. Each one of these herbs will be fantastic, right? In capsule form or maybe in a tincture form. It's up to you, but it's very significant to take this to boost the immune system. If you are on any other medications from your doctor or GP, or if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, please check with your doctor or GP, because only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. But this is something that I highly suggest. Now, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, it is going to be a very important moment when it comes to the relationship in some something is going to bounce back. Something is going to come back. Something from the past is unresolved. Something from the past that was unfinished is going to bounce back like a little mini ball that is going to hit you this week. And you're going to need to sort this out. You're going to need to deal with this. This is the certain insight from the past that concerned you too, that is concerning both of you, but it's just something that was left unresolved. So it's very important to actually resolve this. And it's not only about, you know, getting the energy and the relationship on the right level, on the right side, but it's also about the reflection of from the past. When it comes to you two, it's going to bring you a very, very, very important insight indeed. Okay? And when it comes to the actual, those of you that are actually single, you know, there is a certain motivation that you are going to feel. You will be going out this week, you will like socialize this week as well. But there is one person in particular, one person that you are going to meet through other people that you know, but especially through somebody that you know really well. One person you are going to meet, okay? That particular person you're going to find really, really fascinating, because you will fancy the pants of them, you will like the way they look, you will like them, you will fancy them and everything. But what you're going to like about it is their success. I'm not saying that you're after money or something like that. No. Success can be really sexy. Success can be really attractive indeed, but especially when people are very strong, people are very powerful, people are making their own decision. It is not about the money, it is not about the gold, it is not about diamonds, but it's sometimes people are very strong and they're very powerful with that, and they're very, very like a wise and sexy when they're making their decisions, you know, like there's so much wiseness about people, okay? And this is going to be some very strong person that you're going to meet, and that particular person that you're going to meet is just going to be the right person. It's going to be someone very significant. It's going to make you feel really happy about yourself. It's going to bring you all this optimism back, but at the same time, motivation. Every time you think about this person, the more excited you're going to feel. Every time you think about this person, the more of a boom you're going to feel. So there is someone very, very special about to walk into your life, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, it's of course going to be Capricornio. Now my gorgeous Capricorn. Now the certain harmony and the certain union is going to be life-changing this week. Something very powerful, something very significant, something very life-changing. It's going to happen in between you and somebody else. It could be you and your partner. It could be you and somebody like a friend of yours. It could be you and the family member. However, something beautiful and something life-changing is going to happen, and this is going to happen from two people like having like some kind of idea. That idea is just going to be absolutely life-changing, but at the same time it's going to give you an idea, conclusion it's going to give you the control over the situation. The control over the situation is going to bring you strength, courage, energy, determination, and a big decision that you will want to make about your current life. You know, something very, very powerful, very big change that you will start feeling. And that big change that you will start feeling, it's also going to kind of shake things up a little bit in the best possible way. And it's automatically going to make you feel really optimistic and really adventurous. There's a whole little adventure that you are going to have this week. This adventure is going to be mini little adventure without you realizing. And it's going to happen out of the blue. It's going to happen when you least expect it. And it's going to happen in the completely different way that you would possibly ever imagine. You know, this adventure is going to be very strong, very powerful, life-changing. And it's also very much so connected to letter A. Okay? This is so much connected to letter A. On one hand, letter A is the beginning of an alphabet, so it's an alphabet. It's the beginning of an alphabet, so it means like the beginning of something really special, the beginning of something really new. But on another hand, letter A means something else that you are going to rediscover and discover on this particular journey this week, and that is going to be a new starting point for yourself, because this is going to lead you towards your own victory and mental clarity and towards your own success. But it's the learning experience experience that you are going to become a part of, the learning experience that you are going to become a part of, it's also going to bring a new wish, new way of thinking indeed. And that in itself is just kind of going to make you feel really, really creative. This is going to be a ridiculously creative week, which you're going to like it, and also going to explore as much as you can, because this is going to be adventurous, explorative time, and most certainly it is just going to bring you something really wonderful. And not that long ago you had a moment when you had a little bit of hermit moment of isolation, and something happened that you were like, oh no, a little bit down, and certain things didn't unfold in the way you wanted them to unfold. So now this is going to be direct answer to this, and it's going to feel good, it's going to feel amazing, and this is going to be so good, because there is going to be an outcome to something that you thought that it's going to be negative. Now this is going to be brilliant. What I was going to say to you is just a recognition. This is all about the personal recognition, and I'm so happy. It looks like that you're going to please the right person. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to please the right person, but it's just whatever you wanted to do, whatever you were focusing on, especially when it comes to your work, and especially when it comes to your personal life, you know, there's so much that is actually going to start changing after this week. Just remember, one step at a time, but most certainly recognition. You're going to feel happy, you're going to feel optimistic, you're going to feel ecstatic, you're going to feel powerful, and that is going to be your vavavoom. I'm so happy, because there's a whole new idea that you're going to have. Other people are going to be proud of you, you're going to be proud of yourself, your family members and people around you are going to be proud of yourself and proud of a certain choice that you made, and now this is all going to start coming out and make sense, because it's all about a certain accomplishment. It's all about your accomplishment, okay? And that accomplishment is just going to bring you your own safety, security, and that in itself is just going to bring the whole new swift activity and change, okay? And the change and swift activity is just going to go towards the direction you wanted to go for a really long time, but now this actually is going to happen even earlier. I'm so happy, because this is all about the transformation, and also you will be able to deal with a certain person that was trying to control you in a bad way. You're going to be like, bye darling, you know, which is really good, okay? I really like this time, because I really like this week when it comes to you, because there is some kind of like a really an amazing appeal, proposal and proposition that you are going to have by the end of this week. This is brilliant, because as I said, this is going to be literally life-changing, but then this is going to bring your self-illuminating moment, because you're going to rediscover yourself literally, and you're going to start something also in this particular week, and that particular thing that you're going to start, this particular seed that you're going to plant this week, is going to be having a second stage that is going to become very much so strongly obvious in your life in October 2019. Wow. Okay, now when it comes to those of you that are wondering about the health, I mean, you know, the energy levels are going to be actually quite good, and you will be able to achieve quite a lot. Although you're going to be like kind of like find yourself being drained every now and then, but you're still going to have a very clear head, which is on another hand give you the spiritual petrol in order to carry on with your life, and just without feeling any tiredness whatsoever. But I need you to kind of pay attention to your cholesterol levels as well. But I would like you to take like some kind of sage leaf capsules, okay? Sage capsules. If you can take sage capsules, okay, this is absolutely brilliant for cholesterol levels, okay? Or if you can maybe take like a garlic, you know, if you can't take like a sage capsule, then you can take like a fresh garlic, for example. If you can eat it throughout the week, it would be fantastic. And it's so good for so many other things, like a natural antibiotic, of course, but it's also good like for cholesterol levels, indeed. So this is something that I would highly recommend. If you do decide to go for sage capsules, which I highly recommend, and then garlic, if you decided to go for the sage capsules, then you would need to check with your doctor or GP, especially if you're on any other medications, or especially if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this is going to interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now what else I was going to say to you is that for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's the basically Oh, fertility is really strong. Fertility is really strong. Fertility is really strong. Now, for those of you that are in a relationship, I need to let you know that this is the fertility that I'm seeing. It's really strong. Okay, so basically, this is a couple of signs. So basically, it means that, you know, you will be fertile, or your partner, or there is something about that is just going to start kind of making sense. There is something, some kind of idea, some kind of realization that is just going to be very strong, and it's just going to be very strongly connected to some kind of fertility. However, what else I was going to say is just really wonderful. But this is going to be an amazing week for the relationships, like one of the best weeks for relationships ever. Maybe you didn't have a good time with each other, maybe you didn't get on, maybe you didn't love each other as much as you did, you know, as much as you could, maybe you were just too busy, you know, with each other, maybe you didn't give enough emotions to each other, maybe you didn't exchange enough love and boom. However, this week is going to be amazing. This week something very special is going to happen. This week, most certainly, two people are going to get much closer together. However, it's going to be good. It's going to be very important week for both of you. Okay. Now, for those of you that are actually for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, ooh la la, someone very special is going to manifest indeed. You will be part of the very important scenario when you're going to be meeting lots of people, you're going to be going out a lot, you're going to be surrounded by lots of new people, but also you're going to be surrounded by the people who you know. There is someone very interesting you are going to meet. Just remember, it might be a little kissy, okay, but it may not, but this is only going to be the beginning. I know all I can see, it's two people getting closer together, two people liking together, two people liking each other's energy, one step at a time. This is someone special, this is someone significant, this is someone really powerful part of your spiritual journey, which means that somebody who you're going to meet is going to become part of your scenario later on, and somebody who's going to stay in your life. So it's going to be one step at a time, my Capricorn. Okay. Okay, so now the next sign I'm going to be talking about, it's Aquarius. No. Hey Aquarius, you are having another busy week. It is all about you being really creative. All your creativity is going to be back. I'm not saying that your creativity wasn't there, but you are going to be able to feel it like you're on top of the world. The energy levels are going to be like absolutely brilliant. That is going to reflect on you so nicely, and it is going to start with you realizing something really important at the beginning of the week. And you're also going to have a really good news at the beginning of the week. The good news that you are going to have at the beginning of the week is going to be life-changing. It is not going to involve only you, but it's immediately going to become a very important part of your life, part of what you do, and also people around you and people in your life are going to benefit from this. This is just part of the really big picture, something that you have been working on, something that you have been waiting some kind of confirmation on, and this is now the moment of your particular confirmation. This is really good because it's all about security, financial situation, making the right decision and doing the right decision and being smart, and keep on going and pretend sometimes with certain people that you don't know what's going on, but you know, until you kind of like come to terms with this, and until you kind of know everything, until you can kind of put all the puzzles and bits and pieces together. This is going to be the moment when you will must not rush into any decision, even if you feel like, again, like, oh no, I want to do this. No, because I'm feeling that there is a moment about to happen. The moment is getting closer, not when you're gonna like kind of have a row with somebody, but it's just like you need to be a little bit careful, because the moment is getting closer and you can lose it. Like, don't get me wrong, not lose it like completely, but it's just like lose it in such a sense that you must be smart, you must be clever, because the little snake is about to reveal themselves. Little snake is in the grass again, you know, and you can't see it. And because it's in the grass, you know, you can't see it. You'll step on it, you know. But you must be very careful so you don't step on it. So I'm letting you know there is a snake in the grass, so you're not going to step on it. But what you have to do is just kind of like keep on playing along, keep on going along until you see who this snake is. Because there is a snake that is going to be revealed. And this type of snakes that are revealed is just somebody that has been there, somebody that is part of your life, like somebody that is has been in the family for a really long time, somebody that has got very strong and very long roots in something. So that's why you need to you do not rush into any decisions this week, my babies. Do not rush into any decisions this week. Just even if you feel close, like to explode with something or someone, this week you just step away from the situation. Just remember, I remember Sasha, I remember what Sasha said, step away from the situation, because on one hand, maybe you will feel like a little bit stroppy this week. Don't get me wrong, not stroppy like crazily stroppy, but the energy levels are going to be brilliant, so who cares, but because you're going to feel stroppy, try to cut down on coffee, try to cut down on sugar and the artificial things and things like that, but also at the same time try to kind of not to overreact, because there's going to be the moment, and if you overreact, then it's just everything is going to be a little bit harder. You see, it's going to be slightly different direction. And if you're just smart and keep going, other things are going to be revealed. And these other things that are going to be revealed are going to bring you to hope, faith, because they're going to happen at the right time, at the right moment, in the right way. So it needs to happen in the right way. Just wait a little bit longer. Okay? What else I was going to say is just like this is all about creativity. There is certain invention, there is some kind of idea that you're going to start thinking about as well this week. And that particular idea that you're going to start thinking about this week is just going to be so much connected to what you're doing now. And it's certain extension, the certain new path, the certain new journey. And August 2019 again, especially at the end of August 2019, there is the certain ending that is going to become very strongly connected to that idea that you are having. But the ending is going to be brilliant, because at the same time this is going to be your own rebirth, and at the same time this is going to be huge, massive, amazing beginning, because it's going to come down from you having a really amazing idea, amazing realization, and amazing realization how powerful and how good you are. You're so versatile, Aquarius, in so many different ways, and this is going to be one of those things where you're going to realize how versatile you actually are. The control over situation is back, and that is going to be the starting moment. That is going to be the starting point. That is going to be life-changing. You just need to remember, be efficient, be efficient, be efficient. Be adventurous, be adventurous, be adventurous. Be open-minded, be open-minded, be open-minded. Okay? And don't overreact, don't overreact, don't overreact. Okay, this is what am I saying? The ending, huge ending, massive ending, it's going to become evident here, and that ending that is going to become evident here, you're just going to start becoming more and more and more passionate about. And also, what else I was going to say, it is all about your own transformation as well this week indeed. Okay, now when it comes to the actual health, my babies, you're gonna need to do some bit more detox. I'm keep on saying detox here, which is fine. So please, this is gonna be simple. Look, either dandelion tea. Please try to drink dandelion tea throughout this week. So it's either dandelion tea or nettle, stinging nettle tea. Nettle is so good for you. So it's either dandelion tea or either nettle tea. If you can drink it throughout this week without any rubbish, without any sugar, maybe you can put a little bit of honey, but even without honey, it's absolutely fine. Maybe a little bit of lemon, it's absolutely brilliant, but definitely lemon that's unwaxed and lemon that's organic. However, you don't need to put this, but most certainly you can, if you can drink dandelion tea or stinging nettle tea, absolutely perfect, brilliant, ever so powerful herbs when it comes to the actual detox indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, there's something literally life-changing. It's again going to happen in your partner's life. I know something last week, something interesting was going on and happening as well, but most certainly this weekend, some kind of opportunity and invitation that your partner is going to have, that you're both going to benefit from, and this is going to be literally life-changing, because there is something very important waiting for you there. It's to do with emotions, it's to do with love, it's to do with your, the certain decision that you made not that long ago. It's all going to come in one. However, it's a fantastic week when it comes to your partner, because your partner is going to have some kind of invitation, and that is going to kind of start making sense, and that is going to be the new beginning. That is going to become something really significant later on. Okay? Now, when it comes to those of you that are actually single, there is, when those of you that are single, when you make a certain adjustment that you will feel very brave to do, it's going to be very significant, you're going to feel very brave. Now, at the time of this adjustment and readjustment, at the same time, you're going to get a certain news from someone, certain advice from someone, but at the same time, when you're thinking about that advice, you're going to find yourself around this person who makes you feel really good, but you will like them physically, but they make you feel really good as well. And also there is something very much so strange about that person, bizarre, like really weird, and it's also connected to some kind of omen that you had lately. Okay, there is someone very interesting about to enter your life, and that particular person is just going to be absolutely the right person for you, and you will see exactly what I mean. Just watch this space, my gorgeous Aquarius. Watch this space. Okay, the next sign I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be Pisces. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to talk about is going to be Pisces. And basically, Pisces, this is all about the actual accomplishment. This week, it's a fantastic accomplishment. You're going to be able to prove something to yourself. You're going to be able to prove something to the family members. You're going to be able to prove something to the world. This is going to be the big moment for you, because at the same time it's about your accomplishment. There's a confidence that you're going to get through, and there is an absolutely fantastic influence at the same time that you're going to get through somebody. The certain family member is also going to will have a good news about them, about their success, about their power, and that in itself is just going to give you so much confidence, believe me or not, because it's going to give you the certain idea. So you're going to start feeling very, very closely connected to the certain stage of your life, because an idea that is going to become quite strong, an idea that is also going to become significant only due to your own experience, only due to your own power, and only due to the certain decision that you made within the last 36 months. This is all going to start making sense, and this is all that you did, like one step at a time, and it took a long time to get to this moment. Indeed, this is all about your own personal reorganization, and the results that are going to be due are going to be absolutely help you to release yourself, because you're going to find yourself being free. I'm not saying that you haven't been free before, but it's the beautiful free spirit that I'm seeing you like floating and flying around, and that is going to be so good, and it's letting me know that you are about to go on the whole new stage, the next stage of your spiritual journey. Indeed, and the next stage of the spiritual journey that you are going to is going to help you to reveal something important, and you're going to get this revelation through your dreams. You're going to dream about something very important this week, and this is how this week is also going to affect you, because dreams are going to be very vivid, dreams are going to be very important, and there's the particular dream that you're going to dream about, and it's going to surprise you a little bit, and it's also going to surprise you how come you remember, because we dream and sometimes we don't remember. We dream all the time, but the most of the time we don't remember. But yeah, astral projections, almost every day, astral projection when we sleep and our spirit leaves our body, and then we float and travel, but we don't remember because we are not meant to be remember. When we are meant to remember, we simply remember. But this is just so important, because these dreams that you're going to have is also going to be connected somehow to number 7 very strongly. Number 7 is going to be very strong, but also you're going to remember it in a way like, wow, I can't believe I remember. That dream that you are going to have is going to be a psychic dream indeed, and it's going to help you to kind of make a decision when it comes to the new plan, and it's going to help you to make a decision when it comes to the new wishes indeed. And that in itself is just going to be so good, because it's going to help you to realize something unrealistic about the new stage and the new person in your life. But this is going to be fantastic new starting point, because also if you didn't realize this, you would have materialistic trouble, and it wouldn't be good for your materialistic side, for your money and for your finances. So most certainly this is going to be the time of accomplishment, and the time of discretion, and also the time of safety, and you will start kind of feeling very closely connected again to the environment around you, maybe to the environment in your garden. You're just going to start feeling very strongly connected to the spirituality and to the spiritual things around you, that everything that's going on. It is going to be in general a very strong week when it comes to psychic feelings, when it comes to your third psychic eye and things like that. It's absolutely brilliant. brilliant. Great news when it comes to work. I'm so happy for you because it's all about you feeling very experienced and all about you being very, very successful. An idea, somebody's going to give you an idea this week, and this particular person is just somebody who's very much so connected to the finances. They're very strongly powerful. They're very powerful when it comes to their money and things like that. So there is an idea that you are going to get, but also at the same time, this is just going to be the moment that you're going to have this week, and it's going to be weird, it's going to be strange, but it's going to be good. Another strange thing that is going to happen is like the adventurous side of you. It's just going to be like your eyes are going to be open like this, and suddenly you're going to start feeling very adventurous, and suddenly you're going to start having a confidence with those areas of your life where you didn't. And that confidence, believe me or not, is just going to make you to become the part of the different dimension, and you are going to find yourself being someone really unusual. Not completely unusual, but it's just like a slightly different to where you would normally be. And that is just going to be the key, because that in itself is just going to be your little illuminating moment, and that illuminating moment is at the same time going to become your wheel of fortune, because something is going to come to you and it's all going to start making sense to you later on. It's to do with the dream, it's to do with what you dreamt about. It's all this is just going to start making sense. It's all going to all this is going to start becoming the part of the really big picture, which is just going to lead towards you having the most powerful self-illuminating moment so far. This week is going to be absolutely huge, because it's just going to awake you, it's going to reawaken you, it's going to bring you the whole new inspiration and the whole new potential, and that in itself is just going to bring you such a wonderful harmony and beauty, and you will want to take care of yourself, and also at the same time you will want to you will feel a very strong synchronicity with people, which means that you will want to reconnect with a people in your life that means to you so much. You will start finding yourself in the situation, oh, I miss him, I miss her, I miss the real people in my life, the real people who I know for a really long time, and things like that. So this is going to be the strong time of reconnection and connection indeed, and it is going to be the right time. But also the brand new prospects are coming through, come forward, and these brand new prospects that are going to come through and come forward are going to be absolutely life-changing, because this is directly connected to you, to your spiritual journey, to the next stage, and to what you're doing now, what you're going to do later on. It's to do with the new plans and wishes, and it's also with a huge, massive manifestation of your life. A great news that you are going to have, and it's all about gain, and it's all about advancement, and that is going to unveil something completely new to you. Absolutely brilliant. And also an important woman, lady, powerful woman, important woman in your life is going to give you a really, really life-changing advice. Okay, so listen to it. Okay, so now the only thing that I'm going to say to you when it comes to your health and things like that, you say energetically, you're going to kind of rediscover yourself. You're going to be flying around. Brilliant time when it comes to your energy level and energetically indeed. But when it comes to the actual, your health, it is that your immune system is going to be a little bit sensitive. Your immune system, you're going to need to watch your immune system, which means that you're going to have a little symptoms of cold and flu and immune system in general. So I would highly suggest you to get something like saw palmetto. There is a herb called saw palmetto, which is absolutely brilliant, going to be when it comes to your to boost your immune systems. It's either saw palmetto or it's either echinacea. So it's either echinacea or saw palmetto, but I would 100% I would rather recommend you saw palmetto, because it's so much to do with you. It's so much to do with your energy on this particular week at around this particular time. Saw palmetto. And if you're on any other medications or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, please check with your doctor, of your GP, whether you can take this or not, because only your doctor or only your GP can tell you whether this will interact with your existing medications or not. And also general multivitamin, if you could take a nice natural general multivitamin would be fantastic. Okay, and also when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, you are going to have a huge turning point, something really big is going to happen. And it's going to happen so spontaneously. It's going to happen just out of the blue. And you're both going to be connected to this, you and your partner. And it's going to be brilliant, okay? Because it's just going to kind of like, you're going to find yourself somewhere with your partner where you wouldn't find yourself normally. But that in itself is just going to make you both make a really powerful, important decision. Something completely out of the blue and something that you normally wouldn't make or wouldn't do. But this is going to be fantastic because this is going to become a new starting point. Very important week for the relationships, because you're going to do something really kind of like out of the blue, but it's going to be the right thing to do because it's going to bring so much beauty, optimism and positivity into your life and your relationship. When it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, this is most certainly not going to be the right person to go for. I'm saying this because there is somebody that is going to kind of become the part of the situation around you. Nothing is going to happen, but just slightly, just quickly, you know, somebody's going to become part of your dimension, and this person you're going to like, but automatically you will know that something is not right with them, and then something arrogant is going to be around that person, but at the same time something very attractive. But the fact that you're going to be very strong, like when it comes to your psychic feelings and things like that, you will be able to use your psychic intuition and just stay away from this person. It's just like, yes, I know I said this before, but sometimes you see, every single time we come across people like this, we learn something new. Every single time we come across people like that are not meant to be in our life and they surprise us, why did we fancy them a little bit? We learn something new. There is a reason for absolutely everything, and so there is a really big, powerful realization that you're going to have through this experience with this person. Somebody that you will like, but at the same time you will know that this is not somebody who you would go for, but there's something in between the lines. It's going to be there for you. Really special, sacred message. Okay, my gorgeous people, I love you all to bits. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, healing, love and light to every single one of you. Okay, I love you all so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Mwah.